Why police want vendors of a major event coming up in Mount Sterling to take a closer look at money they receive from shoppers.
What investigators are saying tonight about a statewide operation that landed nearly a dozen suspected child predators in jail.
Once you actually do it, you realize how much more to it there is.
Now, some UK students are working with dogs to help the animals learn skills for an important role later in life.
This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening to you. Thousands of shoppers and vendors will travel to Mount Sterling later this month for the annual Court Days event. But tonight, police are warning them to beware of funny money.
Mount Sterling police say that fake $100 bills like these have been passed in the city recently, and they're worried even more counterfeit money could be brought to town during court days. WKYT's Victor Puente has our top story at 6.
They're expecting more than 100,000 people here in Mount Sterling over those 4 days. The chief of police says that presents a lot of opportunity for counterfeiters. The signs welcoming vendors to town aren't the only notices they'll be getting. Mount Sterling police plan on giving them a heads up as well about some bills that have been passed on 4 different occasions in the past few days.
And it's actually manufactured for the use in motion pictures. It's marked as such. However, other than that, it looks like a real bill.
This isn't the first time they've seen the bills. Last year, some also showed up. But considering the timing, Chief Charles wants vendors and shoppers to be extra vigilant. He estimates between 120 and 140,000 people will visit the city for the Buying and Selling Festival between October 14th and the 17th.
There'll be a lot of money changing hands, and it'll be changing hands quickly. So we want to make sure that everybody is diligent and not be taken advantage of with these bills.
For smaller businesses, the loss of a couple of $100s could be a crippling weekend. Charles suggests checking for the color-shifting ink on bills and even using a counterfeit pen.
I would guarantee that there are more bills out there.
The chief tells me they do have a suspect for those bills that were most recently passed, but he said they're not ready to release their name just yet. In Montgomery County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Similar fake bills were passed in the last year in Lexington and Nicholasville.
For the first time in more than a decade, health leaders have confirmed a human West Nile virus case in Lexington. The Fayette County Health Department says the person was diagnosed after going to the hospital for blood work. Health leaders say most people who have West Nile do not show any symptoms, and less than 1% of all cases are severe. The virus is spread by mosquitoes.
What I think you should do is, I think the average person should take precautions to not get bit by mosquitoes for the remainder of this mosquito season. The good news is that we don't have much longer to go in our mosquito season here.
Health experts say people should get rid of standing water around their homes and wear repellent. Overnight, the city will spray for mosquitoes in the 40508 zip code where the West Nile patient lives.
Tonight, the Kentucky Attorney General says 10 suspected child predators are off the streets. This comes after a 10-day investigation. The Attorney General's office says arrests were made in 9 counties across the state, seen here on this map. WKYT's Sean Moody has more on the investigation called Operation Shielded Child.
So these conversations can drag on for days, weeks, months.
This kind of work doesn't come naturally to Tom Bell.
I've never been a 14-year-old girl, so it's hard to explain how tall I am or, my clothing size.
Bell is one of the investigators on the Attorney General's cybercrimes team. He looks for adults preying on children online.
We're going to pretend to be a young girl and see what that brings us.
He'll sometimes end up in online chats like this one.
You would be appalled at some of the things that people have said to us in chats, the things that they want to do to children.
Today, Attorney General Andy Beshear announced his office had arrested 10 people accused of possession of child pornography or soliciting a minor.
We are out there looking for you. We will find you. We will arrest you. And you will go to jail.
This is one of the servers these investigators use as part of their work. It's 160 terabytes. They say even with the cutting-edge technology, it's tough to get a handle on the sheer volume of crimes being committed out there.
We are taking a proactive approach, but we're also overwhelmed with the amount of targets that are out there.
Part of stopping this, Bell says, is to get involved as a parent.
Be intrusive. Get on the kids' phones and take a look, because for every one that we may be talking to, there could be dozens more that are having actual real conversations with kids.
In Frankfort, Sean Moody, WKYT.
The Attorney General said his office has arrested or convicted 42 people accused of being sexual predators so far this year.
New tonight, the University of Kentucky has filed an open records lawsuit against another newspaper. UK is now suing the Lexington Herald-Leader to avoid releasing documents about a failed business deal between UK Healthcare and a hazard cardiology firm. The Herald-Leader says it asked for a PowerPoint presentation given to the UK Board of Trustees about the firm. UK is also suing its student newspaper, the Kentucky Colonel, which wanted documents related to a sexual assault investigation involving a former professor. There are still many questions tonight about what led to the death of a Central Kentucky woman. Police say people riding four-wheelers found 22-year-old Desiree Sparks' body Saturday afternoon off Skyline Drive in Lincoln County. They say she was not wearing clothes and there was something tied around her neck. Sparks was last seen alive last Tuesday in Danville. At this point, investigators have not said if they have figured out what caused her death. An autopsy was performed yesterday, but both the coroner and state police say the death is still under investigation.
New tonight, a Lexington firefighter has been cited on animal cruelty and criminal trespassing charges. According to court documents, police say that Lieutenant Brian Moscow shot and killed his neighbor's dog while on the neighbor's property. This happened on Whitlock Road in Madison County. Lexington Fire Department leaders say Moscow is on administrative duty now as the investigation continues.
Some great weather across the bluegrass today with sunshine and comfortable temperatures out there, but don't expect much change over the next few days. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at your forecast.
Yeah, looking really good out there for a Monday or any day of the week for that matter. Temperatures this afternoon generally low in mid-70s. Some of us with a little more cloud cover than we would like. Can't be too choosy, though, coming off of the dreary weather we've had on and off for the past several days. 73 Lexington, Moorhead 72, generally 70 to 75 right now into much of central and eastern Kentucky. More sun in Frankfort, boosting that thermometer up just a little bit. Live look over top of Hamburg Pavilion. Some of the rays from the sun beginning to poke through the clouds, but again, more clouds than anything else out there. Humidity's down, winds now to the northeast at around 6 miles per hour. Even with a little cloud cover, Defender Radar Network says forget about it. Nothing coming from the skies. Mild and mainly dry for the week ahead, but a big hurricane is going to take aim at the southeastern seaboard. At the same time, we got a cold front across the bluegrass state. Coming up here in just a few minutes, I'll show you why those two in tandem may unlock some chilly temperatures for the bluegrass state. I'll show you when all that mess arrives in just a few.
Chris, thank you. They're not the kind of students you would normally see on the University of Kentucky campus, but they are learning some valuable skills just like anyone else.
The Paws college program places young dogs with students to begin the process of them becoming service dogs. And as WKYT's Hillary Thornton shows us, new at 6, program organizers say college is a perfect place for these dogs to learn.
Through the hustle and bustle of students heading to class at the University of Kentucky, you will often see students of a different breed.
He loves walking to class with me. He loves meeting all the people. He loves people.
7-month-old Capiludo, sporting a tie like his namesake and his brother Rupp, are just a couple of about the 34 Paws dogs being fostered by students this semester.
They go to the mall with us, doctor, class, movie theater, anywhere that we go, they go also.
The Paws for Ability college program putting the aspiring service dogs through socialization.
Our job is mainly to get them over any fears that they have and to get them confident in public.
After their time at college, the dogs then going on to be with professional trainers at the organization's headquarters in Ohio.
That's where they determine what skills they're best at. So throughout the semester, we fill out reports about what the dog's good at and what they're not good at, things they can improve on. And so they use those reports and learn about the dog and realize what they're good at, and then train them for a specific child so they can be trained for children with autism, for seizure alert, diabetic alert, mobility, and also for veterans.
While they're not technically being trained during their time here, that socialization process still playing a very important role in these dogs' journeys to becoming certified service dogs. And they say there's no better place to do that than right here on a college campus.
Tons of sports games, tons of different people, people that run, people that walk, tall people, short people.
These young pups encountering all kinds of things on their daily walks around campus, attending classes, learning how to behave in that environment.
They don't want people to notice they're there. That's the goal. So sit them under the chair that you're sitting in, just really out of the way as much as possible. Usually most of them just sleep the entire class period. You get a lot of comments like, I didn't even know you had a dog there, which is the goal.
Some days they might even find themselves heading into the William T. Young Library.
Good job.
As senior psychology major Sarah Stewart studies, her foster dog Capeludo is found right at her side.
Even though it takes up a lot of time and it is more responsibility than a lot of people realize, it's so important.
And just like any other student, college is not all work. There's certainly some time for play. The four-legged friend's definitely a fun addition to the student's time in college.
Once you actually do it, you realize how much more to it there is.
Keeping each dog for about a semester, then often seeing them move on, like one of Kaiser's past dogs who was placed with a young boy in Massachusetts.
Just amazing to see how Peach went from just living with me on campus for a semester to going on and changing the child's life forever.
All agreeing it is difficult when their sidekick's time is up at UK, but keeping in mind the important work they're setting out to do.
After seeing the great things that they can do and how much they help someone way more than they can help us.
In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And you may be wondering, there are certain places on campus the dogs cannot go, like the chemistry lab. But during that time, the organization has sitters who will watch the dogs until their foster parent is done with their work.
Probably best they're not in the chemistry lab, right?
Like they fit in.
An Eastern Kentucky student has been arrested for what police claim he said about his school. That's next here on WKYT News at 6.
And later in sports, what Coach John Calipari told some UK alumni today about the upcoming basketball season. Tonight, investigators are looking into a threat made against an Eastern Kentucky high school.
Hazard police say they received a tip Friday that a student threatened to shoot people at Perry Central High School. Police say they've arrested the 17-year-old student who made the threat, and they say they believe the school is safe.
I think this matter has been put to rest. You know, it was one individual making threats, and, you know, it's up to the court to decide whether those were serious or not.
School leaders did not want to comment about the threat. Classes were held as scheduled today.
The Franklin County Sheriff's Office will soon have a new home. The office has had a few temporary locations over the last 7 years, but soon they'll open a permanent facility on River Bend Road on the west side of downtown Frankfort. The Franklin County Sheriff says the new office will be open for business tomorrow morning. Offices for the county clerk and the coroner will also be in the same building.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
A little cloud cover across the region this afternoon, but overall a very nice Monday that is wrapping up. Bodes well if you got maybe a soccer game this evening, just anything to do outdoors or raking a few leaves. It's that time of the year. Let's look outside and see what we are facing. Get into southeastern Kentucky right now, and it is a partly sunny sky showing up on that Jackson Skycam. Gorgeous, seeing a little hint of some fall colors there. Lexington, more in the way of some clouds, though some holes trying to develop in those clouds. And look at the sun that is getting ready to set. Notice how those rays are kind of raining down through the clouds right now. Low 70s, most areas, a few spots dropping off into the upper 60s as the clouds begin to clear up a little bit this evening. Those thermometers will drop off through the 60s. Defender radar network, no precipitation. You got a little cloud cover, may look threatening, but don't get too bent out of shape on the possibility of a sprinkle or a shower. Tomorrow we'll do it all over again. Mid and upper 70s throughout most areas. We will approach 80 on any given day over the next few days. Not uncommon for the early part of October. Partly sunny skies, a mix of sun, some clouds. Can we squeeze out an isolated shower or sprinkle? I think somewhere across Kentucky over the next couple of days can see a shower try to pop up. Does that mean anything that is widespread? No, but you can see that tomorrow afternoon with just a hint of some green with low-level juice that is hanging tough. And I think on Wednesday, this may be a little underdone. Some of the models, West Central Kentucky, try their very best to squeeze out an isolated shower or storm. They do the same thing on Thursday as well, with those temperatures down into the 50s. Long-range call for the weekend and early next week, highly dependent on what exactly happens with this monster that is Hurricane Matthew. It's a Category 4 hurricane. and it is working its way toward the north right now and will be crossing Cuba into the Bahamas. Here's the official hurricane or National Hurricane Center forecast on this. You see the cone of uncertainty now includes parts of Florida. That forecast from the Hurricane Center keeps shifting farther to the west, and I'm looking at a new run that is just in that actually takes the center of circulation almost to Daytona Beach and then curves it right up the coast toward Myrtle Beach as we go into Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this week. So if you have interest, if you have vacation plans for Myrtle, the Outer Banks of North Carolina, all the way to Florida, keep checking back over the next few days. Here's the setup on Friday. Matthew is likely somewhere south of the Myrtle Beach area. Cold front is barreling into the Ohio Valley. Those two may try to hook up at some point late this weekend, early next week to our northeast. But the moral of the story for Kentucky's weather, we're likely to get in on a shower or thunderstorm with that gusty front Friday night into Saturday. And if those two really hook up to our northeast, that'll pull down some very chilly air early next week. So we make a run at 80 over the next few days. Cold front arrives late Friday and Saturday. Some gusty showers and storms. Can't pick one day and call it a washout by any means at this point, but the temperatures just kind of jump off the map at you from above normal to below normal late weekend.
It's hard to imagine how massive Matthew is.
It's a big storm. It's a Category 4, guys. The pressure continues to drop a little bit. We haven't had a landfalling hurricane that was Category 3 or greater in the United States since 2005. Oh. Longest in recorded history. Matthew may try to change that over the next week.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Well, just ahead, the Cats getting ready for Vandy.
Back home this weekend, how big a difference is there in the Cats' defense over the last 2 weeks? And Isaiah Briscoe talking about his return for a second season as a Wildcat. He's excited about it. Keep it right here on WKYT. John Calipari going before alumni in Louisville this noon and talking about the upcoming season. And as you'd expect, a big turnout to hear what Cal had to say. His son Brad is coming on board this year, and he has told his dad he believes he may have a future in the game as a coach.
For the first time, he said, "Dad, I think I may want to get into coaching." I said, "Well, then this is a good place. I can make you can go in the film room, you can learn it, you're around us, you know, if that's what you choose to do, but don't do it because I'm doing it. You do it because that's something you'd want to do." Now, my wife, she thinks he's playing. Like you're going to play him. I said, "Ellie, stop now." And he says, "No, you think I'm kidding." She's like, "You'll see. You'll play him."
Cal has a tremendous recruiting class coming in, but another huge boost this season is the return of point guard Isaiah Briscoe. He could have stayed in the draft, but the final decision was to return to Kentucky.
I trust Cal and I trust KP, so yeah, I decided to come back, and I'm happy to be here.
Isaiah Briscoe talking about his decision to return to Kentucky. He tested the waters, and it wasn't easy for him.
It was hard because I was doing so well in the workouts. Then it's like, okay, I think I can actually do this. But then, you know, I spoke to Cal, spoke to KP, and then it was more like, okay, you laid your groundwork out for the year coming up. Now you come back, show them what you can do, and then around that time next year, you don't have to worry about anything. And I liked it the way that sounded.
As a freshman, Briscoe played tremendous defense, but he struggled with his shooting. It was all frustrating because he had always been a decent shooter.
I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. I got through it. It's over with. I'm here for a new year, and I've been in the gym trying to get my muscle memory right, repetition, and just shooting. Just shooting. And like you said, I never struggled like that before. I don't plan on struggling like that this year. And I'm just ready for a new year.
Briscoe learned a lot from Tyler Eulis. Now he'll be counted on to be more vocal and to be a team leader. And he's confident with games on the line, the ball will be in his hands.
This is my second year. I've been through the war, and I've been in games, and I know what to expect. Not saying that the ball's not going to be in Malik and Fox's hands. I'm not taking nothing away from them, but I just think the ball will be in my hands because I've been through it.
We move on to football. Mark Stoops holding his regular weekly Monday news conference today as his team now prepares to host Vanderbilt this weekend. Stoops feels his team competed at Alabama over the weekend. Over the last 2 weeks, the defense looks a lot different than it did the first 3.
Night and day, really. Night and day. I think we're growing and we're getting better, and it comes like that. You'd like to have 5 fifth-year seniors and 5 fourth-year guys playing, but we do have some inexperience that you got to figure out what they can do and how they can execute. Together, we're figuring it out and we're making some improvement, and I think you'll continue to see that.
So it's Vanderbilt this weekend at Commonwealth Stadium. It will be a 4 o'clock kickoff. The game will be on the SEC Network. And that's sports. Sam Ember, back to you.
Thank you, Rob. The final check of your first alert forecast is next.
And then on the CBS Evening News, a look at the unique methods some police departments around the country are using to stop texting and driving. We are looking at a string of really nice days here in the Bluegrass.
You know what? After the ugly stuff over the weekend and the past week, you kind of owe us Mother Nature. We go through tomorrow into Wednesday, Thursday, 75 to 80 for those afternoon highs. Cold front on the weekend promises some much chillier air.
Sounds like John Calipari's son's going to play. Sounds like that. His mom has.
Mama says so, right? Thanks for watching.
We'll see you on the CW Lexington next, live.